This video is meant for unemployed youth, the people who are educated but they are yet to get an employment. This video gives you some ideas about doing food business. The purpose of this video is to create a spark in people and to motivate them to take up a good business. First of all, let us understand that no business is below our dignity. Okay, when I see any business, I try to interact with them and I try to understand the economics of business, how much they spend and how much they earn, what is the net gain. After understanding various businesses, I have learnt a lesson about doing business which I am sharing with you. The people who are highly successful in any business are not highly educated. Sometimes even a person with 10th class background or a person with intermediate background can do a wonderful business. What is required is little amount of knowledge in mathematics and little more common sense. In this video, I am going to share you 4 examples of food business where I have seen the business, interacted with them, and I found that they are earning more than a software engineer. And towards the end of the video, I am going to elaborate the 4 business principles which we'll learn from these 4 examples. So watch the video till the end. Hi everyone, this is Sampath Kumara Charya from the channel Better Way of Life. The channel which is bringing to you one video every week. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please do it right now by pressing the red subscribe button and the bell icon. So now, let us understand the 4 business examples one by one. The first example. When I was traveling in a train, I found a boy selling samosas. The boy is aged around 25 years. We know samosa is the Indian food item which is liked by everybody. The moment somebody asks for samosa, the boy immediately becomes busy wrapping the samosa beautifully in a paper and sprinkling some masala powder over that. When one person is purchasing samosa, we see another 4-5 people opening their purses and ready to purchase. The boy moves from one compartment to the other compartment, actively making sales of samosa. Within 15 minutes, he disappeared from our compartment and came back after 2 hours with empty basket, and he sat by my side. I started talking to him. The boy studied up to 12th standard and he could not continue his studies further because of economic reasons. Daily, the boy travels in a train for 2 hours and comes back to his place in another train. In both the trains together, he would make sales of samosas for 4 hours. I asked him how many samosas he would sell in a day. The boy replied he could easily sell 2000 samosas in a day, both the trains together. I was not surprised with the answer because each person is buying 5 to 10 samosas, and in one place he was able to sell 50 to 100 samosas easily. But what surprised me was his next answer. When I asked him what was his margin, the boy replied that he would get 2 rupees margin on each samosa. So 2 rupees multiplied by 2000, he would earn 4000 rupees in a day and 1,20,000 rupees in a month. Understanding the statistics given by the boy, all the fellow passengers sitting with me were surprised and shocked. Let us see the second example. I was working in a place which was a district headquarters. One day when I was looking for a good hotel to have my lunch, my friend suggested me a place. I went to the place. The place was having a roof with tin sheets. There was no signboard also. The arrangement was a few benches and tables. About 40 people can have lunch there. And in a day, totally 200 people can have their lunch in that place. But the wonderful thing is that we have to wait at least for half an hour to get a seat there. That is the demand. The only reason for such demand is the quality of the food. Once we eat there, we don't like to eat anywhere else. The food is served in a banana leaf with a vegetable curry, a dal, rasam, sambar and curd and with deshi ghee. The people who are making these arrangements are a boy of 30 years and his mother. During the morning hours till 12 o'clock, they were engaged in preparing the food, and 12 noon onwards, they start serving the food. They don't engage any other servant maid. The boy and his mother themselves serve the food with a good mannerism and lot of hospitality. One day I asked the boy what would be his margin. The boy replied he would get a margin of about 30 rupees on each meals. So 200 people and 30 rupees, it comes to 6,000 rupees in a day and 1,80,000 in a month. Third example is still wonderful. When I was working in Mumbai, I used to get lunch to my table in my office. It was a good, traditional and homely food which was packed in a beautiful leafy plate. When we go into the details, it was a simple arrangement where wife cooks the food and husband distributes to different people. In the first 2 months of starting business, they did lot of hard work. They moved from office to office and enrolled the people. One good thing they did was they selected offices which are there in the same locality and where the staff strength is more. Initially, they could supply only to 2 to 3 people in each office. But based on the feedback of good quality of food, the strength increased, and today they are able to supply food to about 300 people. Here also the margin is about 30 rupees and each day the gain is 9,000 rupees. Because offices are closed on weekends, even if we take 20 working days in a month, 9,000 into 20, it comes to 1,80,000 rupees per month. Fourth and most interesting business. When I was walking in my colony, I found a house where a board was hanging that they would supply jowar roti. It was not a hotel. It was not a place where people could sit and eat. It was just a place where wife was preparing the roti and husband was packing them. Every afternoon from 2 to 6 p.m., they prepare roti and pack them with 6 to 8 rotis in each pack. After that, they start delivering them to the doorstep. The details of business are very simple. Millets are gaining popularity as a part of awareness and health consciousness among people, and jowar roti is preferred by everybody in dinner. I asked how many families they supply. About 100 families. Each family needs 6 to 8 roti. They supply around 500 rotis every day, and there is a margin of 7 rupees on each roti, and the net gain is 3,500 per day and 1,05,000 per month. One important thing here, the business model can be changed based on the place and based on the person doing the business. For example, instead of selling the samosa in train, one can get them prepared at home engaging a cook and then supply in bulk to the retail outlets, to the bakeries, to the restaurants, and he can gain more margin. From the 4 business examples, we learn the following 4 business principles. First, hard work is the basic thing. The samosa seller is getting business because of his hard work only. The second thing is the quality of product. Customers automatically come running if the quality of food is excellent and it is clean and hygienic. People are prepared to wait when the quality is good. The third thing is enrolling the customers and networking. If you are able to mobilize customers and take the product to them by delivering at their doorstep, every business goes up roaring. The fourth point is to find the changing food habits and get a business opportunity out of it. If you cook something and deliver, which everybody cannot cook at home, such a business automatically flourishes. So, the four important things for doing good food business are hard work, the quality of the food, mobilizing the customers, and finding what they want to eat. Quality is the most important thing. If there is good quality, people are not bothered about the price. If you are residing in a gated community, your house becomes the place of business and you can connect everybody through WhatsApp group. If there is quality in your food, you can do business sitting at your home. So thank you very much. If the video is good, please like it and share it to your friends. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel Better Way of Life.